What is up, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be trying a very intriguing and interesting product. Don't know how I feel about it yet, but we're going to be trying this out today. I have seen this online. I've seen people try it. I've seen it not work for a lot of people. And you know what? It may not work for me either. We will have to wait and see. I did not purchase this one. I got this at work. So of course I am still going to give it a very honest review. But at the same time, this item just seems very odd to me. So today we're going to be trying the Pure Shake and Bake Powder to Cream Under Eye Concealer. Now this concealer, it comes in 3 shades, light, medium, and dark, which I think is a bunch of bull crap. Honestly, I mean, like I said, we're doing it again. We're only coming out with 3, 5, 10 shades of foundation and concealers. What the fuck is with that? I think that's just a little bit crazy, but whatever. So, regardless, we're going right in with this concealer. I have everything else on my face besides my concealer and of course besides my highlight and eyes and whatnot. So my complete face is done except for the concealer. So we're just going to go diving right into this product. But make sure you subscribe to my channel before you go. And let's just dive right into this video. So if you like to see me use this concealer, then keep on watching. I zoomed you guys in nice and close. As you can see, I do not have any concealer on my under eyes. I have a little bit of foundation that went up there, but regardless, we're just going to dive right in. So, this is the Pure Shake and Bake Concealer right here. I have the shade Light, obviously, because it's the lightest one they have. I feel like they should have one that's fair, but you know what? We'll try this out. If it's not my right shade, then what can you do? I'm not going to start bitching and moaning about it. But anyways, it does come with a little sponge as well. Pure does recommend you put the product on the sponge and just apply it like that, because it's supposed to be like a skip the baking kind of thing. It's supposed to be a translucent powder and a concealer all in one. Now that just sounds awful to me. I like to have my steps. I like to be able to just put anything on my face the way I usually do it, but whatever. So regardless with that, I am going to try the whole, you know, sponge on one side kind of thing. But also, I was given the Pure Concealer, like, oval RT style brush as well. So I will try this one on the other side just to see if it will do anything else for me. Seriously, do not know how I feel about this. But you know what? We're just going to dive right in and we'll talk a little bit more about the product later on. But yeah, so this is a powder to cream formula, which I just find so devastating, really, because I don't know how I feel about powder cream products, but you know what, we'll try it out and we'll see how it goes. Starting on this side, I'm actually going to take a little bit of the product. Now this looks devastatingly dark, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, but you know what, we're just going to, you know, dive right in. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the product, if you can see that. There's some product right there. Let's just do it. I'm doing patting motions right now to see if it will set nicely, because I really don't know how I'm going to feel about this. I'm just going to use patting motions instead of like sweeping motions. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit more. So, right here, my face was already powdered just a little bit, so it is separating where my face was kind of powdered before. So I'm not loving that, so I will probably put a little more concealer right there. But so far, the color doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look terrible, really. Like, I'm actually surprised it doesn't look that bad. It's not giving me a lot of coverage at all. I really don't see a lot of coverage with this. So I will be applying a little, just a little tiny, like, pea-sized amount of product more, just to see if that will do anything for me in the areas where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. Anyways, this side is done. Now, like I said before, I kind of want to try it on the other side with a brush, because, you know, I was given the brush, and, you know, if you're going to be given the brush with this product, you're going to think that maybe you can use the brush with it. So, you know what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to put this on the back of my hand and just dip it in with the brush. Because I know that when you blend it out, it definitely will turn into more of a cream. But I will say right now that this will be a very interesting thing if I could just... we'll see. On this side, I feel like it did do a pretty good job. It looks about the same to me, but I would think the brush, I feel like the brush absorbed a lot of product, so I did have to use a little bit more. Both sides actually look pretty okay. Right around my nose, it is really breaking apart whatever product I had on my nose, so that's the one thing I do not like, so I will have to repowder right there. But the concealer doesn't look too terrible, really. I feel like you'll love this concealer if you are a person that likes no makeup or don't really have very dark circles. To me, I have pretty bad dark circles, so I would like to have a lot more coverage. So with this product, I feel like I just don't get enough coverage as much as I would like for eyelids. It definitely, you can definitely tell it's definitely not that much coverage because my veins are really peeking through. But you know what, it's definitely okay. I feel like when it was more of a creamier consistency, it was easy to apply on the lid. It definitely is drying down now, which is really nice, but of course I do see a little bit of creasing in my eyelid area, and under my eye it's definitely really creasing. So the whole creaseless thing, don't really believe that. But you know what, it doesn't look terrible. I'm really happy about saying that it doesn't look terrible. I was thinking that this was going to be like one of the worst things I've tried in a very long time, but it doesn't look terrible at all. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to finish off the rest of my face. I'm actually going to conceal it just a little tiny bit more, and then I'm going to finish off the rest of my face, and then I will be right back to tell you guys my final thoughts on the Pure concealer. Now my brows are on and my highlight is on point. I'm using the Ofra Glazed Donut from Nikki Tutorials. I'm actually loving this. I haven't done a platinum highlight in forever, and it's giving me like really snowy vibes, especially with it being so hot outside right now in Florida. So really loving it. But anyways, let's talk about the concealer. So now, looking closely at it, I did have to pack on a little bit more on my nose because for some reason it was not cooperating with whatever else product was on my face. Around my nose area, I did set a little bit with powder, so maybe it just doesn't want to work great with other translucent powders. Not sure how I feel about that. But under my eye, I already have some pretty bad lines, so I would say that it did kind of crease a little bit right where the lines are. But it's not that it's like a crease, it just kind of did settle into the lines, which is kind of a downer for me. Most concealers really don't do that as much, especially when I do set it with a translucent powder, so really, I don't really know how I feel about that. But this product did not suck as bad as I thought it was going to suck. So I was actually pleasantly surprised with just the way that it went on. It went on very smooth, it went on very creamy. I did not have any issues putting it on, which is great. It did have a little bit of separation, like I said before, and I do have a little bit of creasing. But other than that, just packing it on like this with the sponge, it was very easy kind of to apply in my personal opinion. So I would say it was easy to apply. Regardless, I think that the product is actually not too terrible in my personal opinion. Now, of course, I will definitely be playing with this one a little bit more, and of course giving it a true wear test again as well. Now, this product does seem a little bit too dark for my skin tone personally, but that's just being said that it just only comes in 3 shades. I mean, that's really shitty. It only comes in 3 shades. So what can you do? I mean, really, what can you do? So, it doesn't look too terrible, it's just I know that it is a little bit dark. I recommend the Pure Shake and Bake Powder to Cream Under Eye Concealer. Now, I know a lot of people probably do know what Shake and Bake is, you know, that old and I helped. But, did anybody else think about Talladega Nights, about Ricky Bobby? Like, did anybody think about that? I mean, every single time I see this, I think, Shake and Bake, Shake and Bake. Shake and Bake! I actually really think that's kind of funny. But anyways, so, do I recommend this concealer? I would say it's a very innovative product, but it's definitely not going to take the place of any of my other concealers. That's all I'm going to say. So you can try this out if you like to. I mean, it is $26, which I think is pretty up there for a little tiny little ass powder like this. Like, really tiny. I know that you come with a sponge as well, but really, I think the price point's a little bit high, personally, for me, just because I feel like, I mean, it's just tiny little product. But I mean, yes, you do get a lot of powder in here. I really didn't use a whole lot of product. So I just think that it's a very innovative idea, and if you're willing to try it, by all means, go ahead and try it. It's available at Kohl's and Ulta, and I know it's also going to be available on Pure's website as well. So I know that there's a few places that you can purchase this product, but I would definitely have to say that definitely give it a try if you would like to, but I'm just going to say it's not going to replace my other concealers. But it's a very innovative idea, and I thought that it wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the very near future. Love you. Bye.